Let's do it.
Okay. First off, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. We want to bring in producer Chris for details on that. Chris, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So actually, they just revealed 4 covers for the 2023 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue this morning. And guys, you might not believe it, but I love it. Martha Stewart, 81 years old, making history on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. There are 4 covers. Like I said, also Megan Fox having a huge year, obviously. Kim Petras, who you know from her collaborations with Sam Smith, and Brooks Nader rounding out the 4th cover. Guys, those are all hitting newsstands this month.
Martha Stewart is always winning. It seems like she never loses. I don't care what it is.
Right?
She's always winning.
Yeah.
Photographed in the Dominican Republic. She did 10 different swimsuits. She said it was weird, but she loved it.
I mean, it doesn't look like she thought it was weird. She looks amazing. She knows how to take a picture, though,
She does know how to take a picture.
Remember when people, she was like in a pool and it was like this, yes.
She doing this?
Exactly. I wish the camera was on him. She does this
I can do it again for you.
There it is. Right. It's like the pucker of the lips. There it is. There's a camera on you. It's like the puckering of the lips. And she was trying to give people lessons on how to do it because folks were asking. But she looks amazing.
She looks great. Good for Sports Illustrated. An 81-year-old woman, a trans woman. I mean, diversity and inclusion at its best.
Yeah, love to see it.
All right, guys, let's talk about Jamie Foxx now, because we are doing a total 180 from some of the reports that we got earlier about his health condition, okay? A lot of rumors been swirling since he was hospitalized last month. Some reports said the family was preparing for the worst. So Fox's daughter, Corinne, took to social media to set the record straight over the weekend. She clarified the Oscar winner is back home recuperating and even played pickleball last week. Details on what exactly happened, however, are still being kept under wraps, but Foxx seems to be doing much better, so much better. Just in this morning, it was announced that Jamie and his daughter are set to host a new game show right here on Fox in 2024. So he will have time to continue recuperating. It's called We Are Family. Will showcase relatives of celebrities performing duets with their hidden famous family members. We'll let you know when that show has a premiere date. In the meantime, we know he's taking a break from Beat Shazam, and his friend Nick Cannon is filling in on that, guys.
Yeah. What do you make of all this? I mean, there's been so much speculation about what happened medically with him.
I mean, just knowing the relationship that Jamie and Corinne have, I just really felt for her. I'm super close to my parents, so having that be on Front Street and everyone putting out all these rumors and speculations, my whole mindset has been, how is Corinne doing? How is Corinne doing? And I'm glad to see that he's doing better. I love that they're doing this new show together. I love seeing them together on carpets, working together. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, this is good news. This is great news that he's on the road to recovery, because the news we got before now was not good, which is they don't owe us anything.
Right.
He's fine. That's the most important thing. But I am curious to know, is where all this dire, he's on basically, he's right there on the edge, on the brink of disaster. Where did all that come from? And if it was not true, well, Fox moved on quickly from it. Well, quickly. Because they said, okay, you're not going to be able to do this show. We're going to get a new host. And so I'm just curious to know where that came from.
I was a little disappointed, I guess, to see some fairly well-known folks on social media pushing these reports who are journalists pushing these reports of him being on death's door, and they're preparing for the worst, and sources are saying, which I think ultimately forced Corinne to have to come out and say, no, he's fine, when clearly they didn't want to have to comment on this. And in the end, they ended up having to. It's great news, but like you said, they don't owe us anything. Glad he's doing okay, though. Yeah. All right, Chris?
All right, let's talk about Kelly Clarkson now, because she's kind of getting the Ellen treatment now. She's facing some tough allegations about toxic workplace conditions. On the set of her hit show, a new report in Rolling Stone claims the Emmy-winning show is a toxic place to work, with 11 current and former employees complaining about being overworked, underpaid, and even traumatized by their experience. The anonymous employees said the issues are all to do with head producers, not Kelly Clarkson, who they called, quote, fantastic. Clarkson responded to the report on social media, saying it is unacceptable for anyone to feel disrespected, and she is committed to ensuring her team is comprised of the best and kindest in the business, especially as they prepare to move the show to New York City next season. Guys, we've heard about this on shows like this before. It's a high-pressure environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you heard about this already?
I've heard about it. I'm a huge Kelly Clarkson fan from day one, American Idol season 1. I know folks that have worked with her who say that she is an incredibly kind and generous human being. It's television. It moves fast. Yeah. I'm not to discredit anyone in what they're saying. I think what her statement was about eradicating it and getting to the bottom of it and making sure there's training, I think that's the best direction for them to go in.
I did read the full report, and it was interesting. On multiple occasions, these people made it clear that Kelly Clarkson was not the person they had an issue with, and in fact, they believed she was not aware of this at all, that the EP who they're accusing goes to great lengths to make sure Kelly Clarkson isn't aware of what's going on. So I think there was a bit of a sigh of relief because she's so beloved.
Yeah.
And to find out that she might be the person that they're accusing would have been tough. So hopefully she follows through on that though, right? And make sure that this is addressed.
She wields a lot of power, so I think she can set the tone from the top down. All right, guys, let's talk about Jonathan Majors now, okay? He's got some personal and legal issues still going on, but those domestic violence claims that we've reported on here on Celebrity Dish have apparently not hurt his dating life. According to TMZ, Majors has been dating actress Megan Good for several weeks now and were spotted getting cozy last week at the Alamo Draft House in Los Angeles. Megan was married to church leader Devon Franklin for nearly a decade, but called it quits back in 2021. Meanwhile, Majors and his lawyers continue to deny any claims of abuse. Are you guys surprised by this dating rumor?
I'm a little surprised, but Megan has a long career. She's an intelligent woman. I think she's got a good head on her shoulders. She's going to do what she needs to do for herself and take care of herself. I know that her divorce was tough for her. She's said publicly that it's not something that she really wanted, but it's just where her relationship ended. So I hope that everything works out for the best, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If this ain't the most random thing, and I think a lot of people on social were like, Megan Majors, I don't think that even sounds good. I just think it's unexpected.
Jumping right ahead to the wedding.
I'm recalling a tweet that I saw. But no, it's the pairing. It's not so shocking, but the timing of it all, if it is true, why maybe she wouldn't say, hey, why don't you handle this first, and then we'll talk on the back end. So I guess we'll see what comes out of it. It seems a little odd, though.
Yeah, it is a surprise.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
Wait and see. All right, guys, we promised you 10 straight minutes of Celebrity Dish, so we are rolling right along, and we're going to wrap up my portion.
We're going to get our money's worth with Davine.
Exactly. We're going to wrap up my portion with Taylor Swift, okay? She just wrapped up 3 nights in Philadelphia on her Eras tour. I was actually up in Philadelphia, but not for that this weekend, but there was a lot of people there, I'll tell you. Things got a little tense Saturday night during a performance of Bad Blood. She actually had to stop the show to call out a security guard for the way they were treating a fan. Take a look. All right, so the woman Taylor was defending actually took to TikTok after the show to clear the air. She said the security guard was harassing their group all night and being rude every time they touched the guardrail. Taylor noticed his behavior and took the time to call him out. The guard was removed from the show, and the fans were given free tickets to Sunday's performance. So Taylor earning the reputation that she has as loyal to her fans, for sure.
Wow. Did you hear about this? This was like all over social.
It was wild, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
That's why Swifties are so loyal, because Taylor loves her fans.
Yeah.
And you spend a lot of money to go to these concerts. You want to have a good experience, so good for her for taking the time.
Can you imagine
that security guard doing? That's what I want to know.
Well, I had seen tweets that apparently, I mean, they mentioned touching the guardrail. They went over to take a picture, and he was pushing them back. So it seemed like it was a little uncalled for. I will say, imagine the security guard. You hang out with your boys the next day. They're like, oh, so how'd it go? I got kicked out. You kicked someone out? No, I got kicked out.
Like, I thought you were working.
I thought you were working. While I was working, I got kicked out. Yeah. So, I mean, talk about not understanding the assignment, huh?
Yeah.
You got one job.
And you got kicked out.
You got kicked out.
All right, moving on. Last week we spoke with Andy Cohen about his new book, The Daddy Diaries. But one revelation we didn't get to was the time Wendy Williams pitched herself to join the Real Housewives of New York City. According to Andy, Williams called him up last May saying she wanted to be on the show. This may sound like reality TV gold, but Andy turned her down. In the book, he says, quote, had this call come a year earlier, it would have been a brilliant idea. If she is struggling with mental health issues, though, this isn't the time. We're still waiting to see where Wendy ends up next. There's been a talk of a podcast for more than a year now, and she's reportedly been filming a secret project to be released later this year.
What do you think about that move, him turning her down?
I mean, I was more shocked that she even wanted to do it. I remember her. She was close with a lot of housewives. She was really good friends with Nene Leakes. And she said on her show publicly, I think it was like 2019, she said, I would never do it. I would be boring. You wouldn't come into my apartment. You would know nothing about my love life. So to see that somewhere along the way that flipped and she wanted to be a part of it. But if she's having mental health issues, that is not the place to be.
Right. I think it's a good move on his part.
You think that's what it was, though? You think there is an issue that made her flip and change her mind?
I think she probably saw the writing on the wall at the time. She saw herself like exiting the television universe and was like,
that's my way to stay on TV.
Right.